Let me tell you, I always knew when they'll send some perp on the bus, right? Because they love to hear my voice. They love to hear my voice. Talking about Netanyahu is a real leader. We too. I told the lady, I said, lady, you so in love with whiteness because you're white Jesus, and sure enough, she started bringing up Jesus. Okay, right? I said, yeah, that's what black people, we're believers. That's who we are. That's why they can tell us anything and we'll believe it. Oh, by the way, on the way over here, a lot of vehicles on the street with the number 32. Another vehicle, KNR 6332. Right, so anyhow, and I knew what it is that they're doing, but I welcome the challenge. Like I said, I welcome any challenge. I welcome any challenge. You know, how you as a black woman talk about Netanyahu was a real leader when he was sterilizing black women without, forcing them. Sometimes they didn't even tell them, right? That's what he was doing before they get caught, and then now they want to give them a choice. You know what I'm saying? This is what Israel was doing, sterilizing black people. Black women without their knowledge. And when they got caught, then it's like, okay, well, we're going to offer them to give them a choice. Right? And again, that's a false choice, because they will have to get on the birth control or they can't enter into Israel. And this black woman talking about, again, this is why they use older black women a lot in my targeting, right? Because their mind is already settled, right? They're so indoctrinated. The older you are, the more you into religion, is the harder it becomes for you to, understand the truth, because you don't want to hear it. After school, I have to say, black people didn't worship nobody. We give praise and stuff to, our first deity was a black woman, the woman, right? In all these religion, the deity is always a woman first. Science tells us woman come first, man comes second. Without the woman, you can't have men. But they're a bunch of believers. I say, yeah, you love Jesus so much, how come we're always in the bottom? How come black people are always at the bottom, huh? Like I say, I welcome the challenge, any challenge. Welcome the challenge, let's go. All right, tell them I have to tell them the truth. Okay, I'm not going to stand by and listen to this woman talk nonsense. But Netanyahu, these are white people. And again, because black people believe that they are the Jews in the Bible. There was no people back then called themselves Jewish people, right? That's a word and a term created in the 18th century, right? Even when they converted, even when the Khazai, right, converted, the Ashkenazi people, the Ashkenaz converted to Judaism, they didn't call themselves Jews. They called themselves Hebrews, along with the black Hebrews and the black Israelites. Okay? Now they're giving telling black people, oh, do you want to be Hebrew Israelite or do you want to be Jews? Come on now. Fuck out of here. Learn history. Learn the truth. We've been told so many lies, and now the truth is uncovered. And now they're afraid. They are afraid of more and more of us to learn the truth. So what do? They'll always use our own kind against those of us who know the truth, right? So they can carry on with their attempt, right, to silence us. And it's always the religious coons, the religious Sambos and Sambinas. Okay? We walk around here with mindless. Everything happens. Oh, God is giving us a sign. It's nature. Things happen in nature, or even man-made. Right? Unbelievable. And they're following liberal propaganda. Right? Why they don't talk about how Netanyahu was stealing Palestinian land for decades, in which the UN called that a crime, right? Because white people will do what they've always done, right? Which is to take other people's land, to take their resources so they can become wealthy. They go from land to land, taking people's land, murdering, torturing, converting people to their belief system. So yeah, and everything that they try to do, again, is to try to take away my disability because I speak the truth. I want you to understand the mindset of white people and who they are. We as black people talk about the war in Israel. What about the war against us here in America? Right? Because everything got to be religious for us. Everything got to be indoctrination. We don't talk about the war that they have for us. See, again, another the color blue. Right? They never want to talk about the war against their very own here in America, against their own children. Their very own children who's being poisoned here, including us when we were little, manipulated, right? Given false education to create an inferiority mindset within us. But as soon as they understand that the truth is coming out, because the internet has gave rise to the truth, so now they want to use religion and tell you, oh, stay away from the internet. You can't always believe what's in the internet. But yet the same people will go to the internet to go search out Bible passages. Do you see how they think? Do you see how they think? The same people who will tell you we're in their very own Bible, they don't even read their very own Bible. Right? But Jesus even tell them in their Bible, I'm not the Christ. And the reinterpretation, when he said many others will come in my name saying that I am the Christ, he wasn't saying that they will come in his name saying that he is the Christ, saying that they are the Christ, meaning that they're false prophets. But he's saying that there are people who are going to teach you that me, Jesus Christ, Jesus is the Christ, and I am not the Christ. That's what he was saying. But they don't read their Bible. Again, go listen to Pastor Ray Higgins. This man has a wealth of knowledge. He was a pastor for 20-something years. Okay? Until he learned the truth. Right? And he said many pastors, they know the truth, but they don't want to speak the truth because black people's mind has been so indoctrinated with religion that they would no longer have a church. And I'm like, okay, and I would rather not have a church as a pastor and speak the truth to the people, to my people, to free their minds. Right? But they're too much in love with the power, the status, the money to tell you the truth. This is what I say. Revolutionaries are not born in the wealthy. They're not born with silver spoons in their mouth or gold spoons in their mouth. They're born in the struggle. Right? So when you want to look for a savior, you look within oppressed people, because it's the oppressed and those who are tired of oppression are the ones who start revolution. This is why they are so vastly vested in surveilling our community. This is why they're so severely vested in turning us against each other, right? In creating this mindset of individualism, right? When the Europeans went into Africa, they said the African culture is vastly superior to European culture and society. Why? Because Africans believe in group togetherness. They believe in helping one another, right? And what did they say? We have to transplant that beliefs, that cultural, that societal system that they have within Europe, and transplant European individualism, selfishness into the minds of the Africans. And that's what you see what's happening here today. But if you don't know that, if you don't know history, right? So these guys walking down here and they're looking at the dirt on the ground. Again, all these sort of psychological threats. So you see the color blue? So you see, I want you to understand that I know what I'm talking about. A lot of people wear a lot of dark color blue today, right? So again, it's show you guys exactly what, and they will lie. And particularly as a black man, it's sad as a black man how they use black women against us. How the black women have become, and not all of them, okay? And I always say black women, but the Nigerian women, they have become liars, they've become deceivers, connivers. Why? Because of money. And without them understanding that had you support black men and your family, right, in business ventures, you would have been a lot better. Just as every other group of women support their men, black women run away from their men, right? But they have this idea and this concept now that you as a black man have to be wealthy. Well, how are you going to become wealthy if you don't have the support around you? Huh? How are you going to do that? That's how, my family members always ask me, always the women, what you going to do? You should do something. I'm like, okay, because again, you're not listening, right? It doesn't matter what I do. I could win the lottery tomorrow, right? What they do to us is that they lock us out of certain industries. Okay? This is what you understand. Why do you think there's no black person who is running any or created any tech company that's actually producing tech products in which the vast majority of people uses? I'm not talking about the few. I'm talking about the vast majority of people use the technology that a black company create, where the majority is black owned, the majority of black employees, right? Create a technology in which millions of people are using. Not working for a company, not partnering with a white company, right? Or a company owned by a white person, right? But 100% black owned. You don't see it. Or something. You don't see it. And the reason why, because we are locked out of certain industries. And we bickering, because again, the powerlessness in which black people exhibit psychologically is the reason why. They'll drive a nice car and they think that they're important. That don't make you important, not in my book. But this is what they do to us within the society. This is why ego, we as a group of people, particularly amongst the men, have some of the highest ego in America. And our women have become some of the most narcissistic people in America. And it's done purposely, to drive us apart, to separate us. You cannot succeed without your family. And what have we done? They've conditioned us to just attack each other and to separate our families. But we don't want to listen. We don't want to hear, because again, we're still into that book, that Bible. It has become the greatest tools used to destroy who we are as a people and our family. And yet we have yet to realize it. Talk to you guys in the next video.